Afternoon from Historic House. It's John here. Going to talk to you today about some basically English breakfast tea is what I'm going to be trying out today. All right. Now last week I did the Russian smoky tea, didn't I? The Russian Lapsang blend. Really enjoyed drinking that. But what I would say, it's like this. I occasionally, usually on a Sunday night at the end of the weekend, we'll have a small glass of whiskey and savour it, sip it and savour it. And I would say, the Lapsang tea is like that. It's like a whiskey to savour the different flavours and that. It's a really nice tea, but to be sipped slowly, I would say. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, without further ado, we're going on to the English breakfast tea. But before we do, I'd like to apologise. I was saying it was a Rwandan single estate tea. In fact, it's from Malawi. So I apologise for that. Seems I had in my head, I listened to the radio overnight, when I'm work, so I work through the night, so overnight I listen to the radio, usually Radio 2. I quite like the personality of the DJs and the the music selection's pretty cool. But the news pops on, and for ages they've been banging on about this, sending asylum seekers back to a country called Rwanda in Africa, and I think that's got in my head, because I'm not sure. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it just doesn't sound like the best idea. Do you know what I mean? And I was thinking about all the things that could be done. How it's a real waste of money. If you look at the bigger picture of what's required here, that money could be invested in the health service much better. Which I think is which is pro-life rather than. Cause it seems to me at the back of it, there's this kind of anti-life. People, there's this very strange, old-fashioned ideas. But it's interesting. The news is being used to propagate these ideas and create the fear. It's like, it's almost like it is in fact it's a distraction in it. Look at this. Look at these. These asylum seekers coming here. We're going to deal with them. It's like, okay, it's not the biggest issue in the world, is it? The health service needs looking at. But the health service needs attention. I mean, think about it. Not many places in the world you can go where, where you get free healthcare at the point of need. Even people visiting. I mean, I don't like this, but I know of several instances where American ladies, quite an affluent country, have come over here when they're like 8.5 months pregnant, just so they can have the babies here free on the national health, because it's so expensive to have a baby in America. If that's not an endorsement to keep the health service, then I don't know what is. Even having a baby is costly, when there's no health, when there's no national health thing. I know, And sometimes, I could go on for ages, but I just think, we've got this lovely health system that's always been complained about, but it's like, you're not paying a penny for it. You may have to wait a bit. You're not paying a penny for it. And it's free to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Even a homeless person who doesn't, who can go and get help. Anyone can go and get medical attention, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. Let's not forget that our health service is really, a great, fantastic idea. Yeah. It's interesting when you think about it. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but the premise of the film Saw is about you know, a man whose healthcare has run out and they won't help him with his cancer cure. Wouldn't happen here. We'll help people with a cancer cure. We'll pay. Our health service will look after people with cancer. No, it's fantastic. Let's not forget it. Let's not forget that. And don't let them take it away from us, because I have a suspicion that they're trying to undermine our confidence in the health service. This particular government is trying to undermine our confidence in their health service. I mean, look, they did it with the pensions, didn't they? They're doing it now with them. Well, that's what I think anyway. They're attempting to do it. But anyway, there we go. It's Malawian tea that I'm drinking now. I'm just going to get the bad boy out. That's a very short brew. That's about 2 minutes. One teaspoon, about 2 minutes. I'll have a smell first. No, it smells like tea. Normally, of course, I would drink this with milk and sugar. A bit about sugar later on, actually. So this is just purely black. I'm going to smell it. Smells like tea. Yep, and it tastes. No. It's not what I'm used to, you know what I mean? But I'm just drinking it too. It's not. That's not as complex in flavour as the other one. It's pure. It's like, because it's designed for breakfast. They've gone for a particular kind of very, very obvious tea taste and very apparent tea taste. It's interesting, isn't it? This tea. Oh man. Might be this particular blend anyway. It's nice, is that? Really nice. So yeah, that's that. I'll be drinking that for the rest of the week. I don't believe there'll be many significant health benefits or anything to tell you about that. It's just a nice tea. That's kind of nice. We'll have another sip of that. Now then, forgot to mention it last week, but this month started last week. For the month of May, I'm going on a sugar fast, which is my own version, my own rules and that. But basically, no biscuits, no cakes, no desserts, nothing with any sugar in it. Yeah, fruits okay. Plain. I started eating plain yogurt as well. Started that a month ago just to prepare myself for it. Yeah, yeah. And now I'm having I'm using goat's milk yogurt, which is rather, surprisingly good, because it doesn't taste of goat. A lot of goat's products do, but anyway, that's the other. So I'm doing the sugar fast. I mean, I'm slowly reducing the amount of sugar I have in my tea and coffee. I mean, not this bad boy. This bad boy's got no sugar in, but when I normally drink tea and coffee, which is about 1 cup of each a day, probably. Well, no, 1 cup of tea maybe a day, but black tea. And coffee. I have this whole earth wake up drink, which is coffee free, caffeine free. Because I don't know, Garanga or something in it. But anyway, that's what I drink normally. I have got some organic rainforest coffee from the San Francisco Bay Coffee Company, which is in Wales, by the way. But that's the best coffee I've been able to find. Actually, their French blend is the nicest coffee. But I thought I'd try the organic rainforest blend for a thing. So I have one of those once a week. But anyway, that's that. The tea's quite. The more I drink it, the more I actually feel like I've had a cup of tea, if you know what I mean. Very nice. And very Moorish. It's like, drink some more of that. My body's crying. Drink some more of that. Now then, so that's the teas, the sugar fast. Yeah, so if you want to join me on the sugar fast, just leave your tea and coffees as they are and slowly reduce it by half a teaspoon a week. Yeah, like I say, I'm down to one spoonful because I was doing 1.5 in my roughly 1.5 in my beverages, and yeah, at first it's a bit, but you get used to it. You get used to it, and you start to enjoy it, and it's like, yeah. Hopefully by the end of the month I'll be down to no sugar in my beverages. Of course, that's avoid fizzy drinks. The energy drinks, as they're called nowadays, but avoid those. Right, anyway, that's enough ramble. Cheese update, yeah, down to 7, but I have been eating a lot because I got this. I got this, like, it's very very cost effective Gouda, but yeah. But I've seen I can get for about £20. I can get 1.5 kilos of Edam, and I've really enjoyed the flavour of Gouda, and I think Edam's pretty close. So I'm gonna see about that for about £20. It seems incredible, doesn't it? But no, I'm gonna go for that next time. But yeah, like I say, I'm down to 7 on the TV. I haven't been using because I've been watching these retro black and white things. Loving the Saint. I'm surprised, but I like the Saint better than the Avengers, which I didn't think would be the case. Very very good. Really enjoying the Saint. Everything about it. But yeah. So because I'm doing those, I've not used the sound bar and the subwoofer thing. So that's just from the telly set at 7, and I'm hearing it quite well. So so yeah. So I'm just going to keep on with that. Yeah. What else? Next week's tea. I think next week I'm going to go with just rose, just plain rose, and see how we get on with that. And that's it, really. I do appreciate you guys listening, and all the people who listen to the green tea, watch the green tea video. Thank you very much. 40 people watch that. It's incredible. I mean, it sounds, you go on YouTube, you go on other YouTube channels, like millions of views and that, 50 million views or something. But I'm happy with 40. I'm really grateful for everyone who's listened, and I hope you keep listening and appreciate. So if you want to join me drinking the tea next week, well, get yourself some rose tea. It's quite easy to find, and we'll see you next week. So thank you very much for listening. Bless you all, and thank you.